Gentlemen, welcome to my very first video. I'm so excited and so delighted to do it on one of my favorite games of all time, Crusader Kings III. So, recently I listened to the audiobook of Lars Brownworth. Not sure I'm pronouncing that right now. So he's a historian. He was actually on the Lex Friedman podcast. That's how I discovered him. And so the audiobook is called The Sea Wolves, A History of the Vikings. And so what I loved about this audiobook is that not only it focused really on the early Viking raids and conquests through England, but it really interconnected the whole world, and it went through all the impact that the Norse culture had all over pretty much the known world back in the day, at least all around the Mediterranean and northern seas and around the Volga, so all of this very history heavy area was very impacted by these conquests and adventurers. And there is one part where he talks about more in depth about the Varangian guards, and I was really inspired then to play one, as I just bought the Roads to Power DLC. Only bought it recently, was waiting for a discount to appear there. So I don't have every DLC, but I have all the major ones, so all these essential ones. I have a few ones among the more minor. But yeah, with Roads to Power I also got the Wandering Nobles, I think it's called. Don't know where it is now. Which I think is actually pretty essential as well. But anyway, so I got really inspired to play as a Varangian. I really like this lore of a mix of the Slavic and the Norse culture, and how these elite, over testosterone soldiers and adventurers were serving the Eastern Roman crown and defending the Christian faith. I think that is very inspiring. As you can see, Eastern Roman Empire, not Byzantine. I'm really trying to call it Eastern Roman more lately, since, as most of you must know, the term Byzantine was only created, I think, somewhere in the 19th century, maybe a bit earlier, by the Western European, don't know if there were historians or ideologists, but pretty much the goal there was to really reduce the legitimacy of the Eastern Roman Empire, even though the Byzantines themselves called Roman until 1453, when our not so friendly neighbors from this area conquered the most holy city of all that ever existed, the beautiful Constantinople right here. By the way, I really like the amount of detail that they've put. The Hagia Sophia, the Hippodrome, the Theodosian Wall. It really looks good, really nice. So we'll be creating our own adventure, because I just bought the Roads to Power DLC, so I'm really excited to discover it with you lads. To be honest, I just did one lifetime already, just to test the mechanics. What a nice looking fella. Love the mustache and the haircut. So yeah, we'll be creating our own ruler, obviously. Wait a minute. Okay, no comment. So we'll go obviously for Norse culture, alright? So yeah, there's a lot of groups and subgroups. So obviously, where we're playing these games is really, at some point, we should know pretty much all of them, at least the vast majority, and know a little bit of history and geography behind each of them. We're not just playing the Paradox games just to waste our time behind the screen. You know, at least we develop our culture. That's why we love the Paradox games, despite the really expensive DLCs. But that's not the topic. Okay, so I was hesitating with maybe Slavic heritage as well. I'm not sure where the Slavic ones are. They wouldn't be in the Volga, but anyway. But why we'll go for the Norse in the end? I think that's in the Germanic group, right? North Germanic. There we go. I'm getting pretty good at it. So yeah, not sure which one we'll choose here, but obviously, what we love is the performative honor tradition. Really cool to have the shield maidens, to have the ladies as your knights. I think it's not really, even though, no, I was gonna say it's not really historical. Obviously men did much better at warfare since always, but yeah, from what we know, there was still a few. I don't know about the numbers, so I don't want to lie. I should look into it, but I know these shield maidens did exist. Really brave women. So it's really nice, and in terms of gameplay, it's really useful to have more arms, and you can make like some ladies have a lot of prowess, which is really good to have among your ranks. Another thing, coastal warriors, absolutely OP tradition, and that makes some really cool traits here more common. I think it also reduces the cost of embarkation. Anyway, so these two are absolutely essential. I don't know about the others. Yeah, the other Scandinavians do not have the shield maidens from what I see. So go for Norse. I'm surprised yes, Swedish and Danish don't have it. But okay, yeah. Apparently Norse is the one that even has the most traditions. So yeah, I'm not really familiar with the others. Oh yeah, that's the kind of election systems. Oh, hybrid culture at cheap. That's really cool as well. I really love to play around creating new hybrid cultures. So we obviously go for somebody Norse. We'll see about the appearance what we'll go for. Something of the sort. So yeah, before I modify all of the skills, I'll just modify the character and get back to you then, lads. Alright lads, we're back. So as you can see, I've made a fella looking kind of, it's not easy to describe without using any words that are forbidden on YouTube, you know. However, I'd say this is the kind of man that you could ask to go and get Constantinople back for us, you know, to whom it truly belongs to. And that's the goal. That's what we're trying to play, okay? So, what I want to do, I want to go for something really role-play, you know. I really want to play the adventure of a guy with a personality, because I think that's really what the biggest benefit of the Roads to Power DLC is, of the adventure mechanic. So we'll go over what skills we will use with you. So obviously to get more customization points, we'll just go to 16, so we can still choose the education. No more beard. I was actually let me show you. I was actually in the appearance. I was hesitating between two types of haircuts. So I was obviously looking at the Scandinavian ones, kind of Viking ones. And I hesitated with that one that looks really cool in Scandinavian, but then this one doesn't look historical whatsoever, but it looks very again, I was gonna say a forbidden word, let's say very disciplined, right? That's a good way to put it. Very disciplined type of haircut. And I think that really plays into the character, so that'll be the kind of funny thing along it. As you can see, I came up with a decent surname already. I haven't made the decent first name, and I haven't made the dynasty yet, the family. So we'll do that right. Okay, we're back. So yeah, I made all the name of the character now. He looks pretty much like I want him to be. So now we'll start to constitute his personality and traits. So well, I figured out that diplomacy is really important as a landless adventurer. However, we still want to be in the lore of a warrior, right? Therefore, I want to go for only tier 3 because you can always improve your education through university, and it costs 40 extra points. They're good to take though. They're really good to take. You've extra domain limit, extra lifestyle experience, but we'll go for 3 because we'll need those points. We'll go back to 16 years to get more of them. Okay. In terms of personality, so again, the goal, lads, is really to protect Constantinople from the invasions, from heresy, from sin. Therefore, I think the core personality trait will be zealous. We'll make a zealous character, and we'll try to really play along these lines. We'll try to make decisions based on that personality, and that DLC really offers it. And as you'll see through the Let's Play, I suppose. Then secondly, I think we should choose ambitious as well. It's a really good trait. Adds a lot of things, and it plays within the lives of character, and I think it's very important to have it. It unlocks good few events as an adventurer. So that would be the core, really. Then I was maybe hesitating for a third one. I know that gregarious is pretty important. So we'll put it for now, and we'll remove it if we need more points, right? Other traits. So I know that... So we want to make a Varangian guard. And I know that you can only get it up to a certain date. I think up to the 9th century. Therefore, I'll just put it now, you know. By the way, if they could just... There's too many traits here that this should make sub-categories, like different categories with like the negative traits, the positive ones, the congenital ones, because look, it's a mess. Anyway, just a little suggestion there. So we will put Varangian now. It's mostly for the lore. It's very expensive, but... You know, it's part of the roleplay. There we go. Another thing where I was hesitating is to... That actually looks so funny now. I love it. Do we go for a giant? Because giant is a good trait. It kind of plays into what we want to do. It really plays along. Don't know if we go for it. I'm not sure. Look, unfortunately it's episode 1, so I cannot ask you in the comments. I suppose we'll go for it. What's another very important one? We've still got a lot of points. Well, not that much, to be honest. So obviously we want a militaristic trait, commander trait, sorry. So military engineer is OP. It's so important. Logistician is really good for long battles, long wars. There's a lot of good ones. So all of the Anatolian region is also covered in hills, so rough terrain would be really nice as well. A lot of mountains in Georgia and Armenia if we manage to push the border of the empire towards there. But, however, lads, you know what I mean? We know who we fight against, right? So we'll just go for that. That really falls well. That's a pretty good character so far. I'm hesitating to put a negative trait. So obviously none of these insane crazy stuff, right? But more something like mental, you know? Where are they? Like lunatic. Possessed would be really weird in terms of we want to play a zealous, very religious character that wants to defend the faith. So that would be a bit weird. That would be very close to the history of Joan of Arc, but that's for a later day. We'll save it for a later day, this history, but look into it. So melancholic brings too much debuffs. Lunatic is very random. Lunatic is very random, and I'm not sure it will suit our current character. Don't know what you guys think of it. And I know that you can have, rarely, but you can have some weird random events popping. The worst one that I got when I was playing a Lunatic is that I killed my own doctor out of nowhere, and it was a really good doctor. I really liked him. So my fear is that you just kill your best heir. That's my only fear. But then it's minus 15 is pretty good to take. So hesitating there a little bit, to be honest. Not sure if we make a Lunatic, but I still want, you know, because we cannot make him perfect, right? He needs to have some part of, nobody's perfect. We need to be more realistic there, you know. He has to have a few. Well, then of course you're limited by the amount of points, and that's why you need some negative ones. But not sure what one legged would be crazy. No. You know what, lads? I don't see anything else but Lunatic. It'll give us a bit of challenge at least, you know. I might regret it big time, but I'd say let's go for it. You know, you might insult me in the comments for doing that. Okay, I think that's a pretty solid base, and we have room for another education trait. Well, a better education, or another positive trait. Oh, I forgot the most important. I was like, how do I have so many points? Yeah, let's. You cannot start a character without that. It's too good to take, and then it's congenital trait. I really know. Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. That's what I was expecting. Right. Because giant costs 20, I think. Yeah, it costs 20. Oh wait. Okay. That's the issue. So we'll just reduce all of those. That should give us plenty more points. We'll remove Gregarious, which is a pity because the influence is good once you settled, especially in the Eastern Roman Empire. I was gonna say the Byzantine, but let's say Eastern Roman last. There were Romans. They're the true descendant of Romans and founders of the first Christian kingdoms. Armenia was the first, Ethiopia was the second, but you know, Constantine the Great was he wasn't called the Great for nothing. Anyway, so okay, so if we move that gives us 20 extra points. I almost forgot to put intelligence. That's crazy. Giant costs as well. Don't know if we put giant, because in some sense he's a Varangian. He's meant to be tall compared to the Mediterranean lads. So I suppose we'll leave it. Okay, we'll need a bit of prowess. So then it costs 2 by 2. 14 is okay-ish for a start. We'll be very bad at anything that requires actually using your brain. We'll be pretty bad at that. So all of these things. Well, no, Marshall needs a lot of brain. He'll be a good general. Let's consider them as different categories of intelligence, right? But anyway, I don't want to waste too much time here on all of that. So how much will that cost? That costs 2 by 2. Let's go, 15, and we put a little bit everywhere. You might, I don't know, like, there's two schools here. You either put, like, bring up the other ones so that you're not too terrible at the other skills, or you maximize the other ones. I think, as an adventurer, actually, it's better to bring up the others. Mainly stewardship. How much does it cost? It costs 2 by 2. Let's go for 8. I mean diplomacy and Something like that, I suppose. That's the best we could do. Okay, done. So yeah, as you can see, I chose the colors of the Rurik dynasty, so I thought it would be kind of nice to have him as a imaginary descendant of Rurik. So yeah, I chose these colors, which are also the colors of the Swedish flag and of the early Rus kingdom. So it's kind of good mixture there of these wonderful cultures. So yeah, I'd say, look, you ready to go? Christian? No comments. The most important things are right there. Yeah. We good? We good? Let's go. And let's settle our camp in the holiest of all cities, Constantinople. Okay. He's looking like a meme. He looks like the Christian Bale meme. I love it. Okay. So this is the moment where you choose whom you're gonna start your adventure with. Right. So let's see what we proposed. Okay, 2 women. I didn't get to start with women when I did my first playthrough. Another giant. That could actually be interesting. That could be an interesting pick. So they're not great. They have only level 2 education. She's pretty good traits. Ooh, we might have got lucky there. Because I don't want to take the lads that have a lot of martial skill, because I'm already a really good commander myself, and this is disgusting. This is good, but this is disgusting. You really, oh my god. Okay, yeah, we're definitely not taking that. I usually like to start with a prowess knight. Yeah. Okay, we go in for both ladies there. We go in for the ladies. There's another giant. I think I could make a good marriage right away. Because usually it's pretty hard, not as hard as in real life, but it's pretty hard to find a lady whom you can please and that is decent enough as well for your camp and to marry and to have like decent kids with a good education. So starting with 2 ladies now, pretty good, right? Your content? You? Let me doubt. Anyway, I think that could be an interesting start. So unfortunately we won't get the lads with the prowess, but I think you understand why. We'll go. I don't like their personality, let's say. So we'll just go for the ladies, right? Okay. I'm wondering if we marry her right away. Cause that would make a dynasty of giants. That could be really funny. Well, let's go for it. So that's one of the downsides. So usually, when you start a game as a landed ruler, you just do all of your court and you marry everybody. You just attract as much skilled people as you can. Here, as you can see, you can only marry between the people that are inside your camp. And it's pretty difficult to organize marriages with other landed rulers, right? You have to attract people into your camp, which is doable over time, but... So, therefore, you know what? We got that's a pretty lucky start, I suppose. And we'll go right away for it. Yeah? Hopefully, if we get an intelligent giant, that'd be wonderful. Okay. There we go. You removed your funny hat. Lovely. Okay, that's a good first thing done. Then let's see if... Nope. Second. Oh, and she's even a good... That's... Jeez, we got really lucky with... Well, I'm married or I don't even know her name. This this is how you should do that. You're just asking too many questions, right? You're just wondering, hesitating too much. See, I married her, I didn't even know her name. And troublemaker. I don't even know her personality. Who are you actually? And now you know. Now you regret. Now is the phase where you regret your marriage. Very dishonorable and very bold. Oi 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 oi. Oi sacre bleu. Anyway, but we're gonna fix her. This is what marriage is meant for, ladies and gents. Is to grow together. Nobody is perfect. We're meant to improve each other, right? So we'll make her our second, which is the equivalent of your wife when you landed ruler. You know, that kind of boosts all of your stats. And the stooge, so that's a new English word that I learned. The stooge is the bully, the bully of the camp. I think it's really funny that they've put that role into the camp. She's arrogant, she's shy, and she's content. I don't want to like bully her even more, to be honest. What's your personality as well? Follower. Somewhat nah. Let's not bully her. I think she's a very kind lady. Okay, so that's one of the first thing done here. So we, as you can see, you don't have as many things to do as when you're landed ruler in the settling of the game. Okay, so this is our camp that we have here. So there's absolutely nothing. There is just a very poor looking tent. I will try to improve. Now this is the law screen. So I think it's really interesting how they've made it. So you've these different kind of laws. So what's very attracting, obviously, is to become the swords for hire. We will avoid everything that has to do with criminality. So as I said, we want to be really a humble, faithful knight that won't do any criminal actions, even though they give you a lot of money. So you know, it's temptation. Temptation is everywhere, and that's what I really loved about this adventure mechanic, landless adventure mechanic, is that your personality, your choices do have a huge impact. And for instance, if you start doing criminal actions, you've these levels here that start filling up, and that has a huge impact on how people view you, especially the other landed rulers wherever you install your camp. And that's a wonderful mechanic that I think you do not have as a landed ruler. And that's a fantastic work that they've done here. So shout out to the devs, because for once you feel you get attached and you relate to your character even more, because your sins do have an impact in the world and in the relationships, and that's a very good thing. So we'll avoid all of that, all of these criminal actions, even though they're very tempting because of the amount of money and power that they can bring. So obviously we won't take that. We'll take every other decision so that we get a reminder when we can do that. That's great as well. I love the fact that you can write your own story and transmit it to your children. Such good mechanics that are there. So not that and that. Yeah. So visit the castle. We won't need a reminder for that. We'll humiliate whom we need without a reminder. Fishing is good. I'm not sure what's the benefit of that, of rejecting inheritance, apart from getting that trait, which is only okay. So let me know in the comments if you think that's a good thing to do, reject inheritance, as in landless. Yeah, and I think that's pretty good in terms of the decisions. So we'll get all the reminders here. So yeah, Swords of Hire is very tempting. However, when you start, you do not have any army. So you don't have any manpower to actually fight on any side. Therefore, I think the best thing that we can do there, let me know if you think otherwise, is actually to start as explorers. You get the travel speed, you get the reduction in dangers, you reduce, I think, the cost of embarking or something. Oh, that might be another one. Anyway, I think it's much more strategic to start as explorers gather the men at arms that you can get as rewards for the contracts that you make for the different rulers, and then only once you've gathered an army, then you become swords for hire, and you increase your number of knights, of regiments, etc., etc. Oh, the embarkation cost is here actually, but we already have a discount because of the Norse. So we'll be explorers, and it doesn't cost them much to change. No, 1,000 crowns is okay, to be honest. Crowns are pretty easily made. Succession. Finally, an easy succession. Your camp does not get divided. You don't have these insane driving, crazy driving laws that prevent you from keeping all of your realm. Here, as you see, it's the camp succession, so you choose whoever you like as long as they're part of your dynasty. Male is still preferred. That's based on your culture and your religion. But I think you can still choose a lady. You can force it if she's doing much better than the boys. Okay, so that's the main things done. I don't think we will build anything yet, so I'm not very familiar with all the meta and what the best buildings are. I think the best first thing from what I saw is to do the proving grounds. I thought it was pretty good. The roaring campfire, as well as the supply tent, maybe. So we'll see that later because we don't have much money. Lifestyle. Okay. So this lifestyle tree here is provided by the landless rulers, or landless, no, what they call wandering nobles DLC, which I think should have been part of the main roads of power, to be honest, because I think you're missing maybe 15-20% of the whole potential of an adventure if you don't have that DLC. But to be honest, what it adds, so it adds this skill tree, which is fantastic, to be honest. And it adds travel options, so we will see those later, that you can unlock through different perks. And I think they're very important because you can get a lot of different bonuses and flavor through them. So I think that small €5 DLC is kind of very important in this kind of playstyle. However, it should have been part of the main DLC. Look, it's just a tech tree and few options. Why do you make a separate DLC? It's kind of weird. Anyway, so as you might know, most of these skill trees have been modified, so they're not the ones that we're actually familiar with, especially as you can see the stewardship one. It's all to do with the campsite. So I've noticed that the architect line has a lot of buffs, so it could be interesting, I think, to do a play style where you play the kind of learning / stewardship, like the adventure scholars that gather a lot of knowledge and create new cultures, and then create a huge army with different men-at-arms from different cultures. That would be very interesting to do. But here, as you understood, we're playing a Varangian guard, right? But before we go into the... And that's crazy. Plus 10 advantage. Like, apart from the usual, whenever you play a commander, this is a classic, this tree, just to get that +5 advantage flat. That's such a good bonus. And then move into the strategist skill tree. But while we don't have an army and we won't be leading one right away, I think it's better to focus here again on the wandering bonuses, especially the Voyager is really good. There's a few ones here and there that are pretty good as well. I don't really like the Wayfarer one. +2 diplomacy, it could be good, to be honest. But the early crowns are important. Bit of martial, bit of stewardship. Let's go for that for now. We can always change in 5 years. Okay, so that's pretty much my strategy. Don't know what you think of it. Let me know if you have any suggestions. No player error. We'll work on that. All right, we'll do our best. I was gonna make some comments on her looks, but no, look. It is what it is. So, no criminal contracts. I think we're ready for our first... Oh, before everything, most important, we visit the holy city of Constantinople. Yes, sir. Look how beautiful the landscape behind is. That's lovely. So much of Hagia Sophia. Wonderful. Okay, so let's go into the castle. A bit of trade. We could increase our price for 120. We don't have the funds, so nope. Can we recruit him? What are you worth? Brother, just look at yourself. You embarrassing yourself. Nope. Could we get a nice soldier? Athanasios. Oh, sorry, Athanasios. That's a cool name. I love your haircut, brother. The mini testicle here is wonderful. Only 9. It's not great. I like your name, but Constas. Ooh, athletic. That's very low prowess, lads. What can you propose? Nope. See, so this is the kind of things that we won't do. We won't be gambling. We're good Christians. We're not gonna be gambling, alright? So all of these easy money kind of decisions, we avoid them. You know, that's the kind of playstyle I want to go for. So nothing to do in that castle, unfortunately. Let's go to the tavern. Let's go get some drinks. Okay. Sit by the fire. Woo, nice, nice drip, my sham. No, you're not an interesting guy. So we either get into an argument with him, we have a small chance of increasing our diplomacy lifestyle. That's very good. Oh, he's yapping bullshit. See, again, we won't make the easy decisions. You might hate me for that I'm not taking the easy bonuses, but bro is yapping blasphemy. Opa, there we go. Shut your mouth. Okay. Next we go. Who's up for recruitment? Anybody interesting? Why is everybody so... Ooh, that's pretty good. 17. What is wrong with this place? It is 2026. I was gonna recruit you, bro. But I want you to make children as well. Ooh. You're a little bit old. But... Ay. Nobody's perfect. Right, it's a tough choice, lads. I'm not making comments, right? But it's a tough choice because I was gonna say that's all the really good traits and not surprising, huh? However, this is surprising. Do we go for the lad that has more prowess? Or do we go for him who has very good prowess and who's a scholar? Aye. How much do they cost? One... Oh, I can recruit it for free! What? No. For free! They're just tempting the jokes, lads. Yeah. Okay. But I already feel the scam coming. Anyway. Okay, ooh, an intriguing figure. Right. I got a free recruit though, that's pretty good to be honest. Yeah. How old are you? 15. What are you talking about? Whoa. Oh, he can become a patron. Oh, he's a vassal. He's a landed ruler. Okay. Ooh. what could mess with that lad is causing a lot of trouble, bro. Delicate. That's the worst insult you can give to your friend. Call your friends delicate. Oh, that's so humiliating. Bro, you delicate. Anyway, let's go for that. And he will become one of our patrons. So the patrons are pretty much the people that you can get sponsorship from, which is very important to have as me. Bro, what is this chin? Oh my god, I didn't notice it. Bro, his chin is bigger than the Empire. Look at that. Anyway, we're done for here. We spent too much time in there. So we don't need, we max supplied. We need more contracts. So the Justicar, yeah, dealing with criminals, that's what we want. We want for now, dealing with criminal. We don't want any criminal contracts. We want to eliminate them. Let's head back. I am done. So just checking. Yeah, we're recording all good. Okay. So what do we... Where are the Justizar, don't know how to pronounce it, contracts? They're not there. We just have the stewardship contracts. Maybe you need to play. Nope, they're not appearing. Anyway, we can already make a request. We've only one knight. Can we... Oh, because we Norse, can we make them shield maidens? Can I make you a shield maiden? Why not? Do the ladies also need to be Norse so that they can become shield maidens? I suppose. Yeah. So we won't be able to make them shield maidens. Unfortunately, they won't be knights. You know what? I think we'll go for a romance right away. Romance. Okay, what was her personality again? Yeah, she had a bad personality, right? Dishonorable and bold. Secretly, she won't like that. Love poem. Winning a sparring match. She'll love that. She'll love that. Go with my gut. That could be a good one as well. She's dishonorable though. Sparring match. Let's go. Easy. Seduction is easy, boys. Alright. So that's good. Can we apply him to... And you're not a good doctor? So, he's... Right, but... So, he joined for free. He's not a good doctor. Anyway, no, we won't make him the stooge because he's not a good stooge. But it could have been funny though. Caravan Master. Yeah. So what I like about these positions is that they don't cost anything, and to replace is pretty cheap. Don't know if we go for a secondary. That would cost them some kind of income. Oh, we've plenty of crowns though. Yeah, let's go for that one for now. That reduces our income a lot, but look, we'll make plenty of crowns. So yeah, you know what? We'll just complete our first contract, and while we travel, we just deal with our lord there. Okay. So let's get the closest one. We could potentially get 64. We're very bad at stewardship, and we've only stewardship contracts. That's not good. And these with the red ones, they're the criminal contracts, so we're not completing them. Just in terms of roleplay. Okay, so we definitely... So these are the travel... See these ones? They're the travel options that you can get with the... Wandering Nobles DLC. And you're missing on a lot if you don't get them, to be honest. As you can see, they add a lot of private army for no cost. you know, you have a lot of bonuses there that you can get, especially these ones. I think it's these ones here. Yeah. So we won't pay for anything else for now. And yeah, let's go complete our first mission, lads. Right. So while oh, that was really fast for me. Okay. Okay, what's the story? Oh, boo-hoo-boo. We need to recruit her. You need to be recruited and make a bunch of beautiful children in our camp, but you landed. Ay. Make kids, and they'll join us. So, okay, so we've no skill whatsoever. We don't have the various professions that you can recruit in your camp, unfortunately. So we either risk it for the biscuit. We can get provisions, crowns, 6-7% to fail though. That's not good. We get paid the same in any case. Yeah. But we don't take any risk. We get some stress, which is fine. Yeah, let's get that. So it's not a huge success. We only got paid 27, but I suppose it's good to take. Another happy patron. Okay, go back home. So that was the first lad. You've only 100 men. How about you? How many men do you have? Yeah. These are really little petty lords. Vassals. Okay. Oh, we met him on the way. What are you yapping? A willing follower. I come across Chalcedon. Oh no, passing through Chalcedon, and his name is Cosmas. That means... I think that means cosmos. You know, like space. Okay. Cosmas... Poor guy. Okay, so everybody's bullying him. He's pretty good at stewardship. Prowess only decent. You're the wrong... Anyway. I'll stop making that jokes. He would be a good steward, but we pay him 75, or we pay him provisions. We'll do that. Pay him provision. Sick hat, bro. Okay. We'll go for a second where we're back home. We'll go for the second contract. And we'll see. So we want men at terms right away. I think that's insane that you can ask for men at terms right away as a payment from your patrons. Or patrons. So you know what? Who do we want? We want because I know that the men at terms rewarded are based on the culture, on the local culture, and it's not necessarily the men at terms that they do have among their ranks. So it won't necessarily be the Agritai or the Scoutatoi. We're hoping, obviously, for the Cataphracta Cavalleria. Yes, sir. Give me cataphracts. We got the Scoutatoi. They're spearmen. They're decent, right? But we want the cataphracts. Who's that? Oh, that's our new contract. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty... Oh, wait. Oh, it's pretty much the same. Wait, what's the difference here? Oh, we can get provisions and we don't get any stress. Yeah, obviously go for that. Very good, very good. First missions are going well for now. I sit by my pavilion, the freedom is easy to enjoy. Ooh! What? Wait, what are the options? We either get +1 martial, traveler experience, crowns, flexible. It's only 65. The other are guaranteed. Whereas this is only 65%. Getting a martial skill would be safe. Come on. Boys! Let's go! Let's go! That's what you want? Yes, sir! We're looking pretty solid. I like that. 16-year-old. Excellent commander already. That's great. Okay. With 2 other patrons already there, we can ask for gold. 13. Ah, oh, brother, come on. Pay more. Give me the cataphracts at least. Wait, what about you? Do you have more men or more money? 13. Oh, yeah. More men? Maybe cataphract? Ooh! The balistrai, they're very good actually. As you can see, they counter... I really like this unit. I don't know if it's unique to the... I was gonna say the Byzantines, to the Romans. But it counters both certain infantry and it adds a bit of siege power as well, which is great. And as you can see, they hit pretty hard. I really like this unit. However, we'll have to delete these guys because we've only 2 men-at-arms limits. And as you can see, if we try to get another one now, we cannot because we've reached the limit. That's why all the perks that you can get over there I think it's through the martial tree. I don't remember where exactly. Is great. The laws that you can change here, they add men-at-arms regiments, as well as the different buildings. So I think the first building is the Proving Grounds. Adds men-at-arms regiments, so you can have bigger diversity of that. I think that could be a good investment for your first building. You would advise maybe to use the supply tent to have more provisions, but I think we're gonna stay in the area for a little while, and the perks that you can have with the DLC here, they add plenty of provision capacity. So you know what? We'll go for the Proving Grounds, and it's more exciting, you know. Okay, and for now, unfortunately, I think we're gonna delete these lads because we don't need an army for right now anyway, and hope to get better men-at-arms. Oh la la. Okay, fair. It's okay. It's okay. So we already have no contracts. Anybody? 30th of December? Okay, we'll try in a week. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. What can we do? Bit of fishing. Oh yeah, bit of fishing could reduce the stress. Okay. Leave me alone. Ooh, I can get more opinion. Ooh, that's very important. We can fish with the vassal there. That's very good actually. Become friends. Or get provisions. We don't need provisions. Let's go! Having a patron as your friend is good, because I was really struggling to, in my first playthrough, to increase the opinion of your patrons, because the more you ask from them, the least they like you, and if you don't have enough diplomacy. So having a patron as your friend, we're doing a wonderful start, to be honest. I think we're doing so far really good. Pretty high success chance there. I like that one. Okay. So let's get more contracts, please. Intrigue, no. Diplomacy, no. Criminal, no. Yeah. We're really bad at intrigue. Diplomacy, we could get away. I think our Jewish friend there is... Yeah, he could carry that, so... Let's try. I really hope you'll do great, my champ. So... What do we need supplies? She has to join my camp. I might cancel the... Slightly too old, but... Do we seduce her? Because you can only recruit, see, best friend, spouse. That's what diplomacy is so important as a landless ruler. Wait, I didn't see that the haircut had a huge tail there. Oh my god, that's the Ubet haircut in the Vikings TV show. Okay, I thought he was like the disciplined. I was gonna say a bad word. I thought he was a disciplined character. Okay, we'll take it, I suppose. You lose guess. So yeah, I was saying you can only recruit the people that are really close to you. So you know what? See, I was saying that we will avoid, do our best to not do anything that is sinful, and we're already trying to seduce a woman that is not our wife. Then I think it is better to have a diversity of kills rather than prioritizing having giant. So we might cancel our. We're gonna seduce you. And if that was normal let's play, you know, I wouldn't even bother divorcing. I would maximize. I would just shag all over the place, you know. I would try to have kids with her, and with her out of marriage, you know, just to have as many kids as possible to increase your ranks. However, nah, we won't. Because actually, like in here as a landless ruler, if you seduce another woman, that can have a huge impact out of marriage. It's actually insane. All the emperors, like the Byzantine emperor, will say, "Bro, what are you doing? Just get out of my land," and he can declare war on you. You know. So, yeah, that's a divorce. What does it cost us? Why? We need to increase opinion. Yeah. That's not good. That's not good. Can we... Oh, that's why diplomacy is so important. Offer courtier. We don't have any artifacts. We've nothing to propose him. Why don't you like us? Why? Well, we haven't proved ourselves yet. I cannot offer you anything. But I need to seduce her. It says, as soon as we've seduced her, we divorce. We'll do our best so that, you know, it doesn't really cross over. We didn't get attached to her yet, okay? Okay? So, it was an arranged marriage. We don't love each other. We're gonna fall in love with this lady, and she's gonna fall in love with us. Anyway, there's a lot of exciting things happening from early on. It's really interesting. Yeah. Sick. We got a bit of provisions from her. Can we do anything here? Oh, we can do that. Okay. Oh, we can increase. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. Anybody we could recruit? Ooh. That's not good though. We want you to make kids a bit old. How about you? Sorry, lady. We don't have that money. Yes, sir. She's vibing. Oh, we did that already. Okay. We got the contracts. We good. Let's go and complete the works. I think we can. Oh, I cut the other contracts too early. We can have as many simultaneously. Anyway, let's go for it. 29. 28. A bit of crowns. So yeah, the goal here is to improve your prestige as quick as possible and get like at least illustrious among men. I think is the next one. Exalted among men. Illustrious, I mean. So you want at least that legendary figure would be even better. As you can see, then it kind of can give you claims on kingdoms and even empires if you reach a legendary figure. So you really want to improve your crowns as quick as possible. Okay, let's move on. What is he saying? He wins his... We will need to wake up in a little. Wait, what? He winces, then starts a long rant about how we all need to wake up and meet our true masters instead of hiding behind the false Christian teachings? In prison. What? Deserved? What do you think? Deserved? What the fuck? Okay. Okay. So, okay, so we'll proceed like the Inquisition. And to give you, to give you a bit more historical context, according to latest research, I'll just do that task meanwhile. Latest historical research, oh, that's not good though. We need to take our time. It'll give me a bit more time to share my history knowledge. Bro, he's meant to be good at diplomacy. Actually, not good at all. Oh no, he's good. Okay, my bad. Oh, bro. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so, well, we complete the job there. You know, according to latest research, don't know if you've seen about that, but the highest amount of estimated victims by the Catholic Inquisition all throughout Europe through the approximately 3 centuries that they operated in, is around 30,000 victims. So, sentenced to death, right? 30,000. And there has for a long time been like a huge propaganda around the fact that there was millions that were without any justification killed by the church, you know, just because they were women or stuff like that, you know. And that's actually fully wrong, and the highest estimation is around 30,000 victims. So the most reliable number is around 10,000. But even if we say 30,000, alright, let's do a bit of simple math. So 30,000 victims throughout 3 centuries across all of Europe. So three centuries, 300 years, 30,000 divided by 300, that's 100. That's 100 victims a year all across Europe. So let's say it's around, and there was a lot of countries, right? Different kingdoms. But let's say, okay, 10 groups of countries, right? So that's 10 victims per country per year, roughly. If you sentence to death only 10 people in your country a year, don't you think these people are actually criminals? Do you know what I mean? And to be honest, it is now known that the Inquisition was operating in a much more soft way with much less torture than if you were not judged by the Inquisition. So let's say, I don't know, the classic you steal a hen, you steal an apple at the market. If the Inquisition judges you, you have much less risk of being tortured or severely punished, rather than if the Baron or, I don't know, the local lord judges you. Do you know what I mean? Because they were much more into a psychological, theological analysis of society, rather than just punishing, you know. Because the inquisitors that were usually, and most of them were chosen among the most developed, educated scholars of the church, of the yeah, church clerics, you know, and therefore the Inquisition was not acting on pure agenda, right? So we'll proceed like them. Anyway, sorry, just got carried away there. But we'll deal with him later. But you know, we have to take into account that his mental problems, he might have spoken out of his mind, you know. So we'll go easy on him. We'll go easy on him. And I propose that you tell me in the comments what we do with him. What are our different options? We can recruit him, get a weak hook. Can we ransom him? He gives us no money. Okay, so yeah, only option actually is to really... Do we recruit him? Give him a second. He doesn't have much. We won't recruit him. Do we pardon him? Because he still said the teachings, and he said the script. He insulted the holy scriptures. Not the institution, the scriptures, lads. The teachings. So we encountered this fiend. Yeah, of course. What do you want? Okay, you fleeing something. Can you become a friend? No, yeah. Unless you saying weird things, understanding too many people to care for. Oh, that's why. No, we'll recruit you. We'll recruit you nonetheless, and we'll discuss theology, philosophy together, right? No bother. What are we doing next? Paid in advance. There's no guarantee that will ultimately even... Okay. Oh, diplomacy. Diplomacy is just core. I keep repeating it. 64 and 57. Oh, if he gives us 120, that's huge. Boys, okay, we're getting really lucky, to be honest. And maybe that's because we're doing good actions. Do good things and good things will happen to you. Yes, sir. Okay, how is that mission going there? Alright, let's just bit quicker, Okay. So far, so good, though. What? No way! Oh, yeah. Okay, look. There's no coincidence. There's no coincidence. She wouldn't have been a great wife. Okay. We learn from our mistakes, we remember. Master of Arms. Oh, we already built our expansion here. Sick, that was fast. That's what she said. I know improving the pavilion is very important as well. We don't have the funds. Oh, we could close. What does it give us? Max minute terms as well. Okay, yeah, improving the pavilion is very important. So that will be depending on the types of units that you recruit. You can get a specialist that boosts the abilities of the given unit. That's so exciting. Actually, you know what? No, I won't tell you yet. I'll save it for later in the campaign. But you might have seen what I paused on. Improving that is really important as well. Yeah, I'd say once we hit 200, we improve the pavilion level. Oh, gather provisions, yeah. I should be notified of that. I should have increased the limit first. Okay, a little misplay there. So we have another contract. Okay, complete that quicker, lads. Just do your job. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, have I ticked every decision? Yeah, notified that. So, okay. So in our playstyle, I really need to like to become king, the knight of the heart. I know you can become knight of the swan or knight of the tiger based on where you locate it. But in order to do that, you must have not completed a single criminal act. So I'd say that could be a kind of interesting milestone to reach, you know? You can become Swan Song. Or you can get an artifact called... Ooh. I really like to complete that, so you need to complete 10 martial counteracts without doing any criminal action. And you need to be exiled on the mid. So it's kind of mid-term objective. With that complete, now we need to let it grow a little more. And we need more recruits, as you can see, we could use more hands. So that would be a short-term objective. Oh, she's ill. With no... They're just gonna make things worse. Do I put him as a... Because you cannot recruit any doctors. It's only through the people that you meet on the road. I still don't know what to do with him. Yeah, you'll tell me in the comments, lads. Do we let him go? Or do we let him think about his mistakes? He might just turn even crazier in that dungeon. You let me know. That's how we open up episode 2, right? And that's it. You know what? We'll stop it here for episode 1. I think that was pretty productive, and I'd say I'll record the second episode right away, post that, and an episode 3 will start with our decision on Ioannis. And look what happens. We'll check it out at the second episode. Alright. Gentlemen, it was an honor. I hoped you enjoyed the style, where I try to talk about a little bit about the cultures, the history, background around it, trying to build a character with an interesting personality, which has got a wonderful beard with a lovely mustache. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one, lads. It was a pleasure. See you soon. Thank you.